Hello viewers, welcome to the next video about how China works. This video describes the Communist Party of China and explains why it remains the supreme organization in the country. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel Wisdom of Life. Before we proceed, I am leaving viewers with a question. Who was the first to hold both the offices of the President of China and General Secretary of the Communist Party of China? Mao Zedong, Deng Xiaoping, Jiang Zemin or Hu Jintao? Please keep watching the video for answer to this question. Coming to the CPC structure, at the end of 2023, it consisted of 99.18 million members. These members elect National Party Congress comprising 2000 plus members. The National Party Congress meets every 5 years and elects a Central Committee consisting of about 200 members. The Central Committee meets at least once a year and the last meeting of the Central Committee concluded yesterday. The Central Committee elects a Politburo consisting of between 20 and 25 members. The Politburo elects a Standing Committee comprising between 6 and 9 members. The current strength of the Standing Committee is 7 members. The senior most member of the Standing Committee is designated the General Secretary of the CPC. Under the General Secretary works Secretariat, and it is to the Secretariat that local party chapters are answerable. Now we come to the current composition of the Standing Committee of Political Bureau. As I mentioned earlier, the Standing Committee comprises 7 members. The most senior member is Xi Jinping, who is the General Secretary of the party and also the President of China. The second member is Li Qiang, who is also the Premier of China. The third member is Zhao Liji, who is the Chairman of the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress, which is China's legislature. The fourth member is Wang Huning. The fifth member is Chai Chi. The sixth member is Ding Xuxiang, who is also the Vice Premier of China. And the seventh member is Li Shi. The General Secretary of the Central Committee of CPC is the paramount leader in China, whether or not he also holds the office of President. Until 1982, the head of CPC was called Chairman. For example, Mao Zedong was called Chairman Mao. Since 1993, offices of CPC General Secretary and the President of China are held by the same leader. Jiang Zemin was the first leader to hold both the offices. His successor, Hu Jintao, whose picture you can see in the middle, also held both offices, and the current leader, Xi Jinping, is also the head of the Communist Party and also the President of China. The General Secretary also holds the office of the Chairman of Central Military Commission, which controls China's People's Liberation Army or the armed forces. This means that all the 3 top offices of the nation, that is the head of the state, head of the Communist Party and head of the army, are held by the same person. General Secretary and other members of the Politburo Standing Committee are elected for 5 years at the plenary of National Party Congress. In this photograph, you can see Xi Jinping and the 6 other members of the Standing Committee being introduced to the press. There is no cap on the number of terms of the CPC General Secretary. The unofficial retirement age for CPC top leaders is 68. However, this retirement age is not legally binding. Xi Jinping is CPC General Secretary since 2012, having been re-elected in 2017 and then in 2022. His third term will expire in 2027. He was 69 when he was re-elected in 2022, 1 year past the unofficial retirement age. The last National Party Congress was held in 2022, which was the 20th Party Congress. CPC in provinces and cities replicate the structure at the center. The only difference is that the party head is called Party Secretary. The working of CPC is governed by 2 basic principles. The first principle is unified and central leadership, which means that lower level party organizations are answerable to those at the upper level, and decisions once made by senior leadership are absolutely binding on all. The second principle is that decisions at all levels are made by consensus, not by majority. This is a uniquely Chinese feature, different from the Western democracy where decisions are made by majority. Now we come to the question that what accounts for CPC's dominant position in China. Well, there are a number of factors. For example, number one is that CPC is the founding party of People's Republic of China. Set up in 1921, the CPC established People's Republic of China in 1949 after a long civil war. In this photograph, you can see Chairman Mao announcing the establishment of the PRC. CPC has spearheaded Chinese struggle for rejuvenation. If today China is the world's second largest economy and a world power, it is mainly because of the contribution of the CPC. Chinese recognize their party's contribution and respect it highly. In the face of China's enormous size and diverse ethnic composition, CPC has remained the unifying factor. The party is synonymous with the nation, and it is inconceivable to consider China without the CPC. The fourth factor is pragmatism. From socialism to socialism with Chinese characteristics, and then to socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era, CPC had adjusted its philosophy and strategies to changing times. CPC is everywhere in China, in cities, towns and villages, schools, colleges and universities, think tanks, government offices, state-owned enterprises and private sectors. The number of grassroots organizations of CPC exceed 5 million. CPC appeals to all sections of society. 30% of its members are women, 24% of members are 35 years of age or less, 33% of members are workers or farmers, and 56% have college education or above. Respect for authority and discipline is a key feature of Chinese civilization, and this also applies to CPC. The CPC Central Commission for Discipline Inspection enforces internal rules and discipline and is one of the most powerful organizations within the party. The current Chinese leadership is focusing on eradicating corruption from the country. The eighth factor is merit. China is a merit-oriented society, being the first to fill government position through competitive examinations. Promotions in CPC are also merit-based. The leadership has experience of working in diverse places, from most advanced cities to relatively backward areas. This diversity of experience equips them with capability and expertise to govern the country effectively. The ninth and final factor is control of state organs. CPC members hold all key positions in governments at all levels. For example, the President and Chairman of the Central Military Commission, the Premier and Vice Premier of China, and Chairman of the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress are all members of the Standing Committee of the Politburo of the CPC. This also removes the possibility of friction between high government functionaries and party leaders, because in most cases the same person is acting both as a top leader of the government and the top leader of the party, and enable state and party to work in unison. I hope you like this video. The next video will describe the Chinese economic system and China's economic transformation over the years. Please subscribe to my channel and like and share my videos. Thank you very much.